Yeah, you here with DJ Warrenpeace, your favorite DJ's favorite DJ. We're doing conversations with Langston Love. Let's go.
What it do, what it do, what it do. It's me, Love, and today we with Warrenpeace. So real quick, I'm gonna go ahead and let you just introduce yourself, and then we just gonna talk and just go from there.
Hi, my name is Warren. I'm here to talk to Langston.
That's it.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it.
Yeah, let's get into
so
it.
now, let's so tell me, like, I know we've talked a lot, like, over the last couple of years, from me dealing with some mental health issues, me going through my season, from me DJing. But let me know about you and kind of your upbringing and where you came from, and what's, like, just your values, what you find most important. But yeah, just start from the intro.
My name is Warren. Some people know me by DJ Warrenpeace. Some people know me by Bub or Peace or 100 million other things.
I ain't never heard Bub.
That's only a select few.
That's for
the bros.
Yeah, I heard you.
But yeah, I'm from Lexington, Kentucky. Wasn't born in Lexington or Kentucky either. I was actually born in Miami, Florida. Homestead, to be exact. Yep. My father was in the military. I have my roots in southeastern Kentucky. My family are from Harlan County, Kentucky. All of my uncles, cousins, all of them are still kind of heavily involved in coal mining in that region, in Appalachia.
Gotcha.
So this was the closest city when my mom and dad split. I was really, really young.
Gotcha.
This is the closest city
that
was there. You feel me?
Yeah. I feel you.
So that's how we ended up.
Okay.
That's how we ended up here.
Okay. So with because we're gonna be a little bit all over the place.
Okay.
You know how I be.
That's cool. I wouldn't expect nothing else from you.
But
when Langston call you, you don't know what you're gonna get.
You never
don't
know
if he asked you to go to eat or if he's having a mental
going
breakdown.
through it.
We're gonna get there whatever you need. I'm always answer. So.
Yeah. So let's talk about DJing. Like honestly, so for me, I know I had my story of I did like a little party at my apartment when I was in college.
I didn't know this. I didn't know that. You
Really?
did that? Nah.
Yeah. I literally, when I was at U of L, I did like a little.
Where's that at?
Louisville. Come on now. He tried.
Go ahead.
But
I'm sorry. It's a bad joke.
It's cool. It's cool.
It's a bad joke. Yeah, it's a bad joke.
It's
Go
okay.
ahead.
They gonna get it though.
Bad
But
joke.
it's cool. But yeah, so my journey was, I started off my roommates, because at that time I was running track, and I got my little.
You was running track.
Mm-hmm. But I was.
Can we see the photos of that?
We can put it on the video.
That's cool. Yeah,
we'll put it on the video.
I don't know about that. I don't know. I gotta see the.
You gotta see the. I
gotta see the proof.
I was D1.
We'll see.
Hey, 49.14 in the 400. Don't play with it.
We'll see.
Don't play with it.
We'll see.
But no, anyways, I basically my roommates were like, you need to start. They heard me in my room, and they're like, you being too loud sometimes. And so they were like, you need to go ahead and just throw a party. So I did a party at the 9. That's over there by the.
I know what that's.
The soft, you know what I'm saying, by the softball.
Yeah,
I'm just making sure. I'm just making sure. But that's where I started. So what got you into DJing? Was it like a certain thing? Somebody told you, hey, you good at this or whatever?
Honestly, at a really, really young age, I started working. I was probably working before I was 14. That started at Champs, at the skating rink.
And that's why you got
So I have a really a pretty lengthy background in skating. Skating actually was probably my first love. I'm obviously a slightly chunky white man that lacks athleticism, so it wasn't like I was going to be a track star or a basketball player.
You can skate backwards, and I can't do that.
But I'm saying, so skating was a good outlet for me. My mother worked a lot when I was growing up, so when she was working, it's kind of the skating rink. I wouldn't say it raised me, but it was the place I went, and my family, that I developed there, took care of me. They looked after me when my mother couldn't. So I developed this deep bond with roller skating. And as you know, roller skating and music go hand in hand. And I've never been one to take things very low. If I would like something, I'm gonna overindulge. I'm gonna overdo. So I started DJing at the skating rink.
Got you. Okay.
That's how it happened.
That was the first thing.
That's the first place I ever DJ'd. I would
really?
attribute, yeah, for sure. I would
Dang,
attribute my love and falling in love with music from roller skating.
Okay, so with your, does your family, so like, I ain't gonna lie to you, like, for me, my family, we got a good music background, but like, my parents, like my mom and my dad, they're not artists, they're not DJs, they just kind of, I grew up listening to John Legend, my dad would play that in the car and stuff like that. So my question is, where, like, is there anybody in your family that influenced you, like, okay, we like to listen to music, and where's that music love come from?
I don't know my father.
Okay.
I don't really know any of my family.
Got you.
They kind of, my mother was led astray, so I didn't really deal with any of them. I have 5 or 6 blood cousins that I deal with. They're all my female cousins that I love very much.
Right.
Aside from that, I don't really.
But
Yeah, so I can't think of to answer your question plainly.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't trying to give you too much insight, but I can't think of a person or a thing.
So it just came from, the music love came from you.
I don't have many pictures of my dad, but the pictures I do have of him, he has headphones on. Every single photo, he has headphones on. He has a BDU.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
With headphones on.
But and that
You know what I'm
kind of
saying?
give you that.
I know he was anti-TV. I know he was very pro-book, like read, don't watch the TV and listen to music, which that's what I am. So
Gotcha.
if I had to guess, it comes from that. But I don't know that for sure.
Got you.
That's a
so
guess.
This is the first thing that came to my head after you saying that. So how do you feel about social media and the influence that it has maybe as DJs, from the music standpoint, from artists? Because, as a DJ, you have all these people that are coming at you. Hey, can you play my song? Can you do this? Can you help promote my record? Can you, all that kind of stuff.
Are you asking me how I feel like social media helps people, or are you asking me how I deal with social media
How do you deal with, well, let's hit the first point. How do you deal with social media in general? Like,
social media is cool. I don't take it too serious. I don't care. I don't care about the internet that much. The internet's very necessary. It's very necessary in our ecosystem, in our structure. So I use it. I don't take myself too serious on there. I love it though. I love social media. It doesn't bother me, and the music playing and play this and play that don't bother me. That comes with it.
Right.
That comes with everything. So
okay.
Anybody complaining about that, they just complaining.
They just tripping. Got you.
They just complaining.
Got you. So one thing I'll say is too, I've always, because one thing that y'all might not know, some of y'all do know, me and Warren have actually done events together, specifically Epiphany, and that was one of the first times that I was able to play whatever I wanted to play. And I remember the time you literally told me, you was like, bro, play what you want, like, don't worry about everybody else, just do you. Yeah. But in that, I had to figure out who am I? Like, what kind of DJ am I trying to be? Am I trying to play R&B? Am I trying to do this? Am I trying to just, please the crowd? But there's a balance of, I think as a DJ, there's a balance of, you still have to be you, but you still have to please the crowd. And that was when, I remember when you told me that, I went back and I thought about it. I'm like, dang, okay. I'm like, he told me I gotta play whatever, but I'm still like, if I play this song, they might not like it. So like, how do you, what is something that, like, what advice would you give to a young DJ, and even from with me, like talking to me and giving me that advice, as far as playing what you want to hear, or I'm sorry, playing with, like, just being the best DJ that you can be without compromising and just doing it because it's a popular song or a popular record. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, you asked me a few questions in that, so I'll try to run through what I think. First of all, shout out my brother Rye, Epiphany. You know what I'm saying? We already know what that is. We know what it means. We know what it stands for. We're gonna keep elevating, and shout out to that. And we did Epiphany for a platform for people like me and you, who have to do things that they don't necessarily want to do musically because it's what pays the bills. So Epiphany was rooted in this party is for this, and when you come here, you know, you're putting a certain amount of people in a room that are okay with you kind of doing you. You know, of course you got to cater, you got to please, right?
Right.
You know, we're humans. I'm a person that's very positive. I'm able to remove my ego from the work. Right. So we're essentially service people to the groove. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's a thing, there's a vessel, and then there's the person that's there to receive it. You know, all praises to the Creator. It flows through me and it goes to the person.
Gotcha.
But you're not going to hit every time. Every word a preacher says doesn't rhyme. Every word a preacher says isn't going to resonate with every single person. And that's why I was telling you that you should get out of your head and just do what you want to do.
Yep.
While also making sure in your mind that you're there to accommodate, but not only to accommodate. Gotcha. You're there to entertain. So hopefully that answered the...
No, it makes sense. So with that, too...
I think you can do that with any set, though.
Huh?
I think you can do that with any set.
Oh, yeah.
Because what are you going to do, go play the same records over and over?
No, over.
No disrespect to nobody, but there's plenty of people, not just in Lexington or Louisville or Kentucky in general, that put people in a room and they play the same records over and over and over and over and over. And over and over and over and over.
And it's like they have the same.
And that's cool. And
they got the same mixes, but if that's how you rock, that's how you rock.
And listen, man, people are doing things for different reasons.
But
people are doing things for different reasons.
Everybody has their own reasons, and I think that's one thing I've learned about people in general. We're all our own person. So I can't expect you to move how I move.
Of course, it's never
I
gonna
can't
happen.
expect, and going back to the DJing, I can't expect a DJ to DJ how I DJ.
Of course.
I'm gonna have my own mindset and my own.
That's
you know what I'm saying? My
that's
own
what
opinion.
makes it work.
You know, that's what makes it. But that's what makes it special to me. But anyways, I'm gonna transition into the next thing. But this is not even on script. But on some mental health.
That's cool.
On some mental health, like, you know, like you said earlier, I'll call you and tell you, hey, I'm going through this. This is the situation I'm dealing with right now. So when DJ Warrenpeace is going through his, because everybody's going through stuff at the end of the day.
100%.
But whenever you're going through your trials, your tribulations, whatever, how do you deal with that? And what is something that, or I guess really not advice, but just like, how do you just deal with when I'm like, okay, right now, things ain't working out. Things aren't working how I want them to.
Okay.
So how do I gotta tap back in.
As of late, do you want to know why?
Yeah, go ahead.
So it's been a little weird. I think the world in general, not to be too like whatever, but I think the world is in a weird place for everyone, right? Mm-hmm. We're like realistically we're not years off of like one of the most catastrophic things that most of us have ever seen with our own eyes. I think that we tried to mask and we tried to essentially fast forward past some of those things that happened. I think those things are not settling yet.
Yeah.
And they're essentially starting to settle in, and some of that burn is starting to sizzle. Mm-hmm. And it's almost emitting from people in like hyper passive aggressive energy, super coldness, people doubting and shrugging things. It's just a weird time for people like me. For people like me, now the people that resonate that way, they're probably in their prime. Mm-hmm. For people that align like me and vibrate on this frequency that I vibrate on, we're in a weird time. So I've been in a weird place, right? But I don't prefer to call you or call anyone. Mm-hmm. I prefer to try to figure it out.
Right.
Write a lot. I smoke a lot of cigars. I love cigars.
Can't deny that one.
Because cigars are a commitment to time, right? So when I cut and light a cigar, I'm committing to time with the cigar, and I can kind of go through my thoughts with it. I don't prefer to listen to music when I'm going through that, right? I listen to music all the time. I'm actually probably one of the people who actually like silence because it makes me starve for wanting to hear music more.
Sorry to cut you off on that.
No.
But like, I ain't gonna lie. I was literally, when you just said that, I was driving yesterday and I started to play music. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna wake up in the morning. I don't wanna hear nothing. I'll put my windows down and
So cigars, prayer, writing, and also like just putting faith in something that's larger than myself. I don't want it to feel like a sermon, but
No,
I'm a spiritual man. I'm a
me
spiritual
too.
man, so
That's fine.
I revert to that every time. And spiritual in the sense of I'm kind of, you know, putting my faith in something larger than myself and
Right.
and aligning with that and putting faith in that
Right.
across the board. I couldn't be any other way. You know?
And you know that's why I am the way I am. Honestly, like sometimes people, like sometimes right now, I'm making this transition of I'm not DJing as much as I want to, right? Or as much as I need to.
You did that on purpose.
Huh? Yeah, exactly. But there was a reason behind that. It was
Okay.
because I felt like for me, God was like, you know, right now I need you to focus on this. I need you to put your energy into this right now.
Okay.
I'm still DJing. Don't get it twisted. But it's like I can still be able to, or I still need to be able to like figure out who Langston Love is, and if it's me doing interviews.
But you've been saying that.
Huh?
You've been saying that.
Yeah, I've been saying that. But
Yeah.
again, even over time, I'm still. It's like it's a journey that I'm going through.
I understand.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm really like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing.
Take your time.
A lot of people are like, oh,
Take your time.
You know, doing
Take your time.
stuff like that. So
You got time, bro.
yeah, and I know that, and I've been able to realize that over the last couple of months. It's just like, kind of like you said with the Instagram and social media stuff. It's like, can't really worry about what
I'm trying to tell you
everybody's.
the world's different. It's a little different right now. It's just different.
Things are
I
changing.
mean, Twitter they just took Twitter away from us, bro. Like, that's crazy, bro.
I ain't even peeped that because I don't even have Twitter. I don't
It's
even have
gone,
Twitter
bro.
anymore.
It's over.
Yeah, I don't even be on Twitter no more.
It's over, bro. I'm just saying, and that's one thing of like
That-
what I feel like is going on, you know. And people who are deserving are being rewarded and they're celebrating. So you know you don't disturb that.
Right.
But it's hard for me to ignore that. The frequent, it's just
What's
off.
going on?
It's off. It's off. So I just been hustling, working, putting my head down, always consistently trying to be a good person, a good human. I tell people all the time, you know, if you are an artist or you are creative, at the basis of that, you have a rib cage, lungs, you have a soul, a brain, which makes you a human. So the better human that you are will, you know, essentially translate into your artistry.
Right.
Of course, we know artists that are awful people and they're great artists, and that's cool. I'm
Right.
just, from my approach, better human, better artist.
Yeah, and that's what I'm like. My thing is, I always feel like, and I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm perfect. So there might be people that I rub off, I might not have said the right thing, did the right thing, but I do know that I try to carry myself in the best way and say, you know what, love is coming from a genuine place. Like I'm not just trying to sit here and do somebody wrong, because there's a lot of, like you said, there's a lot of people that's just, the vibes it's not there.
I'll keep everything positive, but I think about that stuff, and actually, I see all that stuff that people say and do, and I'm not really into that. I don't care. I've never woke up one time with malice on my heart. I never woke up with an approach to bring malice to someone intentionally. You know, I always say it's like two types of people who don't like me. It's people who I didn't let do me wrong and people who I haven't met yet. You know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know, other than that, I'm gonna keep it pushing.
Right.
I don't care about none of that stuff.
The extra.
I don't care about none of that stuff.
Right.
When you radiate on a different level, it don't matter, bro. I don't care about none of that.
I think you always know. It's like, you know, when somebody is showing they're gonna give you that good vibe, them good vibes and those good energies.
And even when they don't, I'm performing the
if they
same
don't,
way.
then yeah, like
all good.
that's one thing I've had to learn is even if I'm not saying you, but even if you don't want to treat me how I feel like I should be treated, whether it be friendship, girls, whatever, it's like I'm still gonna be me. I'm still gonna love you and treat you the same way. And if that's how you treat me, cool.
You're rarely gonna get what you deserve in anything, business, relationships, platonic or not, an arrangement, any type of
Whatever
thing.
it is.
You're rarely gonna get what you deserve.
Because a lot of people
So
are
you have
just
to be okay with, okay with that.
whatever they
you know, and that can't rattle what you're doing.
Yeah, and they can't stop you.
Can't stop you.
Yeah,
Well, it can't stop me for sure.
Facts. So this is because I'm big on family too. So this will be the last thing. But let's talk about, because I was going through your Instagram page today as I was preparing for the interview. And like I said, I didn't want it to be no scripted thing, but I did want to hit on things that I kind of just seen.
Did you hit them all?
Yeah, I hit them all. Actually, I got one more. That's cool. I'll keep it in the video too. I ain't tripping.
All right, let's go.
But no, let's see. Let's talk about the inspiration from your mom.
Okay.
And what she had, as far as your life, music, not even just DJing, just in general. Like, how has your mom inspired you from being a mom to a son? So.
Everybody, I feel like they know that. People probably about to fast forward or whatever. They say it. Man, that man love his mom. I'm gonna keep saying it.
Yeah.
If you didn't know, my mom just was my rock. I don't know how many people out there grew up. Man, we all grew up with a single parent. That's it's actually rare that if you don't, right? Mm-hmm. But it's a little different. You know, when you've been outside or slept outside with your mother, and I'm not talking about like for a day or two. You know, builds a little different bond. I was able to zoom out completely of things that I knew about my mom, go back and relearn some of the things of why she is like she is, what made her the person that she is, not just because she's my mom, but because she's a person that matters in my life. I tend to do that with all my loved ones, and just how resilient and unbelievably still humble and nice that my mother's have been able to be is only a testament to, like, you know, the Creator.
Yeah.
It can't be any more than that. So that's important, and that's why I celebrate it. And I don't care who don't like it. It's caused me trouble with relationships in the past. I think it's been sort of intimidating for some people, even homies or whatever. You know, they kind of don't understand it, but you don't have to. You know,
right.
My mom's a great woman, and a lot of people know her. A lot of people love her.
Right.
I actually just bought her a bar, so that's what I've been working on too.
Wow. Okay.
And she's been bartending at this bar for like over a decade, and I bought the bar for her, trying to get her on track to having she's always had a real purpose. She's always done, but a purpose that's hers that serves her.
Right.
And that's what my job is.
Right. And so the only reason I brought that up too, and I wasn't, my mom, you might get mad at me for saying this, honestly. Sorry, Mom. But this Conversations with Love, this was her idea. Okay. She wanted to start her podcast. And she was like, you know, this was the title I wanted. So I had to change it. So yes, you all will see it's called Conversations with Langston Love, because I have to give a shout out to my mom, because she was the one that kind of like, she had the idea. She used to do the radio back when she was in college.
Gotcha.
And I didn't realize it until now. Like you were saying earlier, it's like, you know, sometimes you start to see things that your mom will instill in you. And but for me, I'm like, dang, this is kind of why I am the way I am.
Yeah,
so
well, people say all the time, yo, you should start a podcast. And then, like, we came to the studio, I see my man here. And now there's some familiar faces. I'm gonna try to figure it out. This might have inspired something in me, because I feel like every time I talk to someone, because I'm not very like vocal on social media, you never see me go on my story and use my voice.
I already know, yeah.
You know, that's kind of on
but
purpose.
I think
that's on purpose.
Yeah, I know.
So I want to control what it is, and maybe with a podcast, maybe this will inspire some more of my mans and all the crew here. We gonna maybe I'm gonna figure it out, bro. I got a lot to say.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna say no names, but somebody said, keep Warren in your corner.
Okay.
That's what they said. They said keep Warren in your corner, because he's gonna shoot it to you straight.
Okay.
And you know that we've had conversations where you might have said some stuff, and I'm like, I ain't want to hear that. And
that's
I'll
cool.
just say, like,
that's cool.
But like, as far as
you can't
like,
whip me.
But yeah, we can fight. No, I'm playing.
Nah,
but no, it's like
that's my approach, right?
But yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying.
If you're my bro, and I don't do little bro, big bro, I don't do
it's
that.
Like, I'm just gonna
corny.
tell you how it is. But I think nowadays people can't just shoot it to me straight. Let me know how it is. I might have to walk away.
I really don't have a lot of time to
even
fluff things. Bro.
Yeah, it's like,
if I fluff things with every person I knew, I would spend my life fluffing.
Then they're gonna keep coming back and like, oh, well, I feel like we cool. Like, no,
and I'm not being rude. I'm just being like, well, honestly, you felt something in me to ask me a question. So if you ask me a question, you know, if somebody has a bad outfit on and they're like, I wouldn't offer them to say that their outfit was bad, but if you ask me how you look, I might be like,
I'm
my
gonna
thing.
tell you.
I wouldn't say it's bad. It's not my thing.
Like, I'm not gonna sit here and say you ugly.
So I should straight look. Yeah, you know, that's
but it's
my
like,
approach.
I would change this.
For sure.
But Again, conversations with Langston Love. We got DJ Warrenpeace. Open and honest conversations. And one thing I'll say and leave it at that, don't be afraid to be honest and talk to people and tell them how it is. And I think the more that we do that, the more that we can spread love and
Be
peace.
respectful, though. Be respectful.
But be respectful. There's always a way to communicate.
Be respectful.
You got to communicate the right way.
Peace and love.
Yeah. That's it. Let's